Hey guys, Matt with Brentwood Sports and Collectibles, back for the beginning of my basketball pack breaks. Before I started in, just wanted to kind of go over a few things. Basketball is not as widely collected as baseball, but for me personally, I've collected it for years. In the background, I've got, I wish they were full, but they're actually empty boxes of some of the first years that I collected. The 1987 Fleer basketball basically was Jordan's second year. They did not make a lot of that product. The 1986-87, the red, white, and blue, I don't have any packs or boxes of those. The last one sold on eBay, but for about 40 grand for a 36-pack box. The 1987-88 Fleer, it's gone up a lot. It's gone up to about $4,000 a box, about $100 a pack. Whereas a year after that, 1988, last box sold for about $1,800. So, biggest reason they sell for so much is that the sets were a lot smaller than your average baseball set. There was usually only 132 cards, so you would get an average of, like, say, 2 Jordans per box. And of course, the popularity of him and pricing and everything going up, that's what makes these boxes so, you know, incredibly high. But they had 36 packs. Gum was just a phenomenal thing. So I did at one time have a few older packs. I sold them along the way because it's very hard to sell an older unopened pack that's not certified that it's sealed. Now with the grading, a graded pack of like 86, 87 would go for, you know, over $200 just because it's graded sealed. So I've got 1990 Fleer, and this video is going to be pretty much 90 Fleer through like 92. So these years were still the golden years as far as I'm concerned, because you can still get Jordan, Magic, and Bird, all three of those popular players in the packs. And it's a standard card. I know nowadays they still have they go back and put those players in, but these are actual cards that they did. So 1990 Fleer, actually we'll do Hoops. Hoops was the 89. That's David Robinson's rookie. Let's start with Series 1 Hoops. The David Robinson card was kind of got a lot of people into collecting more than just the Jordan, Bird, and Magic. Unfortunately, they just, like the baseball amongst these years, they mass produce so much of it. It has little to very, very little value. Craig Elo, Muggsy Bogues, Patrick Ewing, Red Doherty. There's a regular Magic. Towards the end, he retired in 1991. So, let's see, they put coaches in there as well. There's Reggie Miller, Antoine Carr, John Sally, Casey, Doug Moe. So, like I said, a lot of cards in the pack, but you're getting coaches as well. And basically, David Robinson was the chase. And 89-90 was the year that the Pistons won, so they did a commemorative Pistons card to go randomly packed. So Series 2 also was the first year of the expansion Timberwolves and the Orlando Magic, so more coaches, Lenny Wilkins. But just to give you an idea of the older basic design, had the stats. Reggie Lewis, rest in peace. He was one of the great prospects coming up and played a year or so for the Celtics, and he was on his way. Jerome Kersey. So that was your 89 Hoops. So let's do 90 Fleer, which is David Robinson's first Fleer card. And the Jordan All-Star in here. And regular card people are getting graded to where PSA 10's, you know, $25 to $50. So there is still some, you know, people chasing the wax boxes. These are a lot less than, of course, the older stuff. You can pick up a wax box of these for probably about $25, $30. Danny Ainge, Sherman Douglas. So, and I think I bought a decent amount of this. I have 2 or 3 packs. I'll go through these other two a little quicker. But this is just the first couple years of early 90s basketball. So, and the All-Stars, I think they put them in the, Mark McGuire, Anderson, Vern Fleming, there's Larry Bird, Bird Bailey, some of these old names, Tom Chambers All-Star. So not the Jordan we're looking for, Johnny Dawkins, Chuck Person, Rifleman, great shooter, Reggie Lewis again, Vern Maxwell, Kenny Smith. Okay, let's get this other one going here too. But 1990 was the first year of another competitor, a company called Skybox. They came out with their a little different. I've got a pack of those coming up with Mark Price, Michael Thompson, Klay Thompson's dad, Dennis Rodman. Oh, there's a Karl Malone All-Star. So the All-Stars were every couple packs. So Mike Sanders and Kevin McHale. Okay, so here's the 1990 Skybox. This was along with Hoops and Fleer, one of the other companies that came on the scene with a little bit more. They used a lot of graphics in the background, so the cards were really innovative at the time. You notice the different colors. Alex English, there's a John Stockton. And the Series 1 did not have any of the rookies in there, so your standard Jordan card, of course, is the best card. Joe Klein, Byron Scott. But just they brought something different to the table as far as design. Let's move on to 1991. 1991 Hoops, just like the previous years, had your rookies and stuff. Upper Deck did not hit the scene until 1991, 91-92 season. And the 91-92 Upper Deck coming up next. Just your basic gray. And this was a pretty neat card. This was the All-Star Checklist, I think. And it had the coaches at the time, Pat Riley and Chuck Daly. Reggie Lewis, McHale All-Star, Maxwell, Larry Tree. So nothing great. And like I was saying, the Upper Deck product, the first series, just like the baseball and football, they actually did the randomly packed Heroes autograph. And for this year was Jerry West. He was possible to get. But the big rookies in here were your Mutombo and Larry Johnson. And here's one of the rookies at the time, Roddy Monroe, Myron Brown, another cool-looking Sean Kemp. Problem with him towards the end of his career, he started gaining a lot of weight, and so a lot of teams didn't care too much for him then. But slam dunk champion, etc. There's a Barkley All-Star. There's Steve Smith. He was also a rookie that year. Highlights of the All-Star games, Nick Anderson. So, you know, Upper Deck with their nice camera work, photographs. Moving on to 91 Fleer. They had the things called Provisions, which they did those across all the sports, baseball and football as well. We're more of a, like a drawing of an all-star player. So their basic design, they still had coaches as well, so that took up a lot of the sets. Richmond, Johnny Dawkins, Mark West, and still had, you know, possibly Magic, Bird, Jordan, Charles Oakley, Dick Motto, John Stockton. So, and then we had the Fleer, they called it Update, and they had a chance to get actually one of the first Fleer products to put an autograph in because they had to keep up with Upper Deck with the Jerry West. Fleer came out and signed Mutombo and Dominique Wilkins to sign cards and randomly put them in the pack. So that was Fleer's answer to Upper Deck. Andre Turner, Andrew Langs. So there's a Dominique Wilkins limited edition. That's what, and he signed, I want to say it was 10,000 of those. So they're randomly packed in the packs. Drazen Petrovic, rest in peace, another great player, phenomenal scorer. Cedric Ceballos, Greg Anderson. One of my personal favorites, Anthony Mason. Unfortunately, he's one of those players that just got under there, banged for rebounds, did whatever was needed to do to get those Knicks teams. Him and John Starks were two of my favorites back then. So let's get one more pack of the Flair update out of the way. Coach Rex Hughes, Kent Williams, Tate George, Doc Rivers, coach now, Kendall Gill, Barkley team leaders, Drexler team leaders, Mario Ellie, Alt Lister, Terry Teagle. Wow, a lot of role players that some didn't pan out. John Sally, a lot of people know he's got 4 rings when he played with the Pistons. Here is Hoops. I want to say this is 91-92 Hoops Series 1. And they had randomly packed, I want to say it was like a 100th anniversary of basketball insert. But the design changed a little bit. You know, all in all, it's just the production, the amount that they produced. And, you know, they didn't have any numbered cards or anything really, you know, keeps the value even today down. There's like a Pistons team card with Eccles, Mitch Richmond. So here's basic one of the cards, 100 Years of Hoops. I guess it was towards the end of the series. So Joe Wolf, Andrew Lang, team card, Dwayne Coswell. Okay, and this last one we're going to do for this video is a 92 Skybox. This is when they acquired assembled the Dream Team, and they made packs of these, and they also did autograph cards, and also there's a plastic USA team card that was randomly packed. And these had basically your Dream Team players and a few different, each player would have 4 or 5 cards. Coach Krzyzewski, Karl Malone, Chris Mullin, Magic on Magic. They had, I think, was 4 or 5 cards per player. So, like for instance, there's a regular Magic, Larry Bird. So there'd be 4 or 5 different ones. So that was an interesting set. The set looks real nice. And that was pretty much to commemorate them assembling the greatest team of all time. So that's up to 1992. So thanks for watching. I'll get the next group going here, and please feel free to comment below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.